Hey, it's the two Dum Yinzers, and apparently it's just me today. I have no idea where Ryan is. This is weird. It's not like him to be like this. I don't know what the hell's going on. And kind of worried. He's always on time. He's never late. I don't know where he is. Just a, as you can see, it's just a boom R. I don't know if he's stroked out back there or what. This is not good. Probably gonna have to go over there and do a wellness check to make sure he's okay. This might be a short episode. Huh. Huh.
Hear ye, everyone. Hear ye, everyone. I'd like to introduce myself today. I am King Ryan, as everybody knows. I beat Mike in the picks of the week in football this week. So my peasant, Mike, he has to address me as King Ryan until I'm dethroned. and there's no way out of it because I am self-identifying as a king for the day. So you have to call me a king, Mike. So enjoy, everybody. Enjoy my majestic and royal presence and enjoy the show. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Two Dum Yinzers. This is episode 183. What's going on, big Mike?
I don't know you.
You don't know me what?
I don't know you at all. I call you shit. Nope. You win one day. You're like the Cleveland Browns. You win one game and then come in and talking shit after I curb stomped you for 7 fucking weeks straight.
I am going to have a parade, Mike, a parade for myself today to commemorate my accomplishments this week.
Yeah, you should. It's the only time you're ever going to win. Here I was worried because you are never late. You're always on time, ready to go.
Always on time. I'm early, if anything.
You're like, hey man, start the stream, boom, at this time, and I do, and you're thinking you died, and you just want to come in and act like a clown, like you fucking king. Bullshit.
Wait, what did you address me as?
Jester Ryan.
But we do. Actually, we have a show today, everybody. It's not all about celebrating my kingdomness, my majesticness. We're going to talk a little bit about other things today. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Mike, we have a problem. We have a problem in Pittsburgh, buddy. These teams seem to be competing to see who could be the worst possible teams in their respective sports. The Steelers, obviously, we know we've been talking on and on about them. And last night we thought maybe, just maybe, the Penguins might be able to get back in the win column. However, the Penguins take a loss to the Buffalo Sabres up in Buffalo, 6-3. The Penguins drop to 4-5-2 overall. Meanwhile, the Sabres jump up to 7-3. Some people are online talking about how great they love these new jerseys. Other people are talking about this is the reason why we lost was because of these new jerseys. I know that you particularly don't care for them much. What do you think? You think's going on with the Penguins, man?
I think it's something that has plagued this team for the past couple of years, man. And we see it. They get a big lead and they just want to keep attacking. They want to just keep attacking, and they don't want to play sound defense. And from what I read, like that first part of the game, man, they were playing sound structural hockey. keeping it tight, and then
what they do early on, they're looking good.
they just took over.
Here's the thing, Mike. I have a couple numbers here in front of me that I'm going to throw out to you. I think it's kind of interesting. They were talking about Penguins' losses after leading after 2 periods. So for the past, I think it's about 8 years. I'm going to give you the numbers for our losses. Wow, and after we led after 2 periods. So in 2015, 2016, 0. Not one time did we lose a game after we were winning after 2 periods. The 16-17 season, it happened twice. 17-18 season, it happened twice. 18-19, 2018, 2019, it happened 3 times. 2019, 2020, 4. 2021, it happened 2 times. 2021, 2022, it happened 3 times. All pretty good numbers. They all season long after winning, going into the third period winning, that's the small, minute, minimum amount of games that they lost because they, after they were up. Mike, in the last 17 days, they lost 3. They lost 3 games while up being up by going into the third period. 3. That's the number, either the same as or higher than every single one of those years except for 1. There's some problems in Pittsburgh, man. Do you think, and I know the way that the Penguins are, I know that the way, but ownerships, things are different now, but in the past, once they're starting to have a little turmoil, they start, not playing great hockey. The head coach is on the hot seat quick in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. I don't know if the new ownership group's going to be quick to make that change, because, we have the new ownership group that took over. Did they take over officially?
I'm not sure yet.
I can't remember. I don't care about the ownership. But this, when you have these collapses, this is when, you've seen teams just, like you said, man, they do not hesitate to fire coaches, especially in hockey, man. They just, easiest thing to change is the head coach. And it's, this is the Mike Sullivan style. You just play aggressive all the time. I don't know if he's telling them how to play. This is how I want you to play, or is it the players, just wanting to do what they want to do? Like I saw online, like one of the reporters said, just like they're almost playing like they're arrogant. Like this is how we want to play. This is how we've always wanted. And guess what? We're just gonna do this because we can.
Yeah,
and that's kind of you hope that's not the case, but oh man, like Brian Dumoulin, he's fallen off big time. It's like every time highlight you see, it's like what's Dumoulin doing? This guy who used to be one of the most underrated shutdown defensemen in the league, and this year, and even towards the end of last year, he was playing bad. And Jeff Petry's not playing that well either. It's just ugh.
Yeah.
It goes back to, though, this is what everyone wanted. They wanted the band back together, and this is what was going to happen. We saw it last year. There are going to be a lot of ups and a lot of downs. There's no in between with this team. They're either on or they're not.
Right.
And everyone thinks, oh, get that crown out of the shot. You just did that on purpose, mid-thought.
I just gotta get it out of my way here.
But no, it's the way this team has played. Under Sullivan, they're gonna. They know one way to play, and that's the only way they're going to play.
Right. Yeah, and you nailed it right on the head. I've seen that many a times. I mean, right, Michel Therrien, he takes the team to the Cup. The following year, they bring in Dan Bylsma. Was it Bylsma? Yeah, Bylsma. And then after Bylsma start, he wins the Cup. And then a couple years later, there's some struggles. They bring in, I think, that Mike Johnson.
Yeah.
And then after that, he struggled a little bit, and it wasn't long before, Mike Sullivan was behind the bench. So, like I said, you wouldn't think that they would, he would be on the hot seat at this point, but that's the way they play. That's the way hockey is. And you know what, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, I like the person, but at the end of the day, I'm a sports fan. So I just would like to see them get whoever in there that's going to win hockey games and possibly get us back to the Stanley Cup. Mike Sullivan's a big boy. He'll land on his feet and probably end up getting another good job somewhere else. So if that's the case, I'll be fine. But I just, it's just like I said, it's tough because here in Pittsburgh, it's not even, an arrogant thing where we're used to winning. It's just a point where we're not winning at all. I can see if we're winning a little here, winning a little there. But, the Penguins, I don't even know how many this is in a row. Maybe about 6 losses.
I just pulled it up. 6 losses in a row.
6 in a row. I thought we were going to get a little bit of help the other night. We were at home against Boston. We were up. I thought we were, 2 goals in the third period. I'm sorry. And they ended up coming back to beat us in overtime. It's not good. Every single team, the Penguins stink. The Steelers obviously stink. Pitts stinks. It's just right now, somebody fucking win. I don't care who it is.
Right?
Replace all the fucking coaches. I don't care. I just want this team, some black and gold to win some games here, for crying out loud. But the Penguins do, Mike. They have a chance to make it up tonight and get back on track. They play Seattle Kraken tonight at home at 7:00. So check out the boys. Go down to the arena and show some support and help us bring a win home.
They're 3-0-1 at home. So, at least get back home, correct some things, get it going. Because it's only 11 games in. They're 4-5-2.
Yeah.
They have 10 points. They're only 4 points out of first. So it's not inconceivable that they can turn it around. But, you have to figure that 2 of those losses they have 2 overtime losses. So that's, 2 extra points right there. So they should be a little further back than they are. The only saving grace is like the Devils in first place. They have 3 losses. They all came in regulation. So there's time for this team to turn it around. But like they're going to have to do it with the players that they have. And they have like no wiggle room to bring people in with trades. To get people in on trades, you're going to have to trade one of your big contracts. People who have the big contracts on the team,
Again, you said
Malkin, Crosby, Letang. They're not going to trade them. The only other ones are like Gensel, Rust, Dumoulin, are the bigger name or the bigger contracts that you can ship out to bring people in to free up cap space. So it's going to be tight to see what they're going to do. But I think they're just going to have to ride this out.
Here's the thing. Like you said, we got what we wanted. We wanted the band back together. So we have to sleep in the bed that we made at this point. And a lot of people, I think, Mike, like myself, you don't want to see, of getting Malkin going to another team and having a great rest of his career. But in my opinion, these guys are getting old. And even if you do go to another team, I mean, the chance of you being a superstar that you were once, I think is slim. And the chances that if it's a competitive team, they already have good players. I just don't see that. I think a lot of people were just kind of, maybe I don't want to see these guys go elsewhere. I don't want to see, I want Malkin to be here forever. The fact of the matter is, if we would have let him go, I think we'd have been fine. You obviously see that right now. We are 1/8 of the way through the season. All we have to do is go through these 10 games 7 more times, and the regular season's over. And look how fast this went, though. I mean, seriously, So, what do you do at this point? We're just going to have to ride it out with the players that we have. Hopefully, they can get better. Hopefully, Sullivan can round up the troops and get them back to playing good hockey like they did when they first started off the season. You had 4 games where they scored 6 goals, so they're capable. But like I said, it wouldn't surprise me halfway through the season if we're playing terrible hockey. Still, that we might see a coaching change.
It's hard to fathom them changing coach. It's hard to even suggest hey, let's get rid of Sullivan. But stranger things have happened.
Absolutely. Let's hop over to baseball, Mike. World Series last night, Game 4. The Philadelphia Phillies was up 2-1 going into the game. The Houston Astros throw a 4-pitcher combined no-hitter. Ooh. First no-hitter in the World Series since 1956. And this was a 5-0 Astros win to tie the series up at 2. Mike, this series is going to Game 5, all tied up, all knotted up. Game 5 today at 8:03. Now you might want to start paying attention to baseball a little bit because it's starting to get juicy. It's not the long drawn out season that we that we endure every year. It's down to 3 games, best of 3. One team just came. It was down in the series. That they came back in a loud way and threw a no hitter. Like I said, you might want to sit down in front of the television and watch a couple of these games because it's probably going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it each game, the series, man. The first game was decided by a run. You had the 2, more or less blowouts. Then Game 2, Astros won 5-2. So the games have either been really competitive or just blowouts. So
right.
It's going to be a fun one either way. I noticed it seems like they're alternating wins, and right now, if that keeps up, man, your Philadelphia Phillies will be your World Series champions. But the Houston Astros, if they can win this next one, take back-to-back to throw off the alternating wins, it could be huge.
Yeah.
That's my baseball analysis. I haven't watched a single game. And like this is like the only time I really like to watch baseball is the World Series, because
Right.
every at bat, every pitch is just so intense.
Absolutely.
Just
You know, and
because like what could happen with that pitch, it's so much
we
more
kind of got
exciting
turned
than the
away
regular
here in
season.
Pittsburgh back in the early 90s after the Pirates kind of fell
Yeah.
off and they lost that crazy game, the Sid Bream slide, and then the Pirates
Mhm.
releasing everybody and starting over from scratch. I kind of lost it at that point 30 years ago. It should have gotten better by now. However, it hasn't. But, I may try. When I did get into it, Mike, was back in the early 2000s when Kurt Schilling had the bloody sock. That whole Yankees Red Sox thing was
Yeah.
going on. And then a little bit earlier than that was the Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa home run race. So, I mean, for a period of time, I did get back into
Mhm.
baseball, and then for like 6 minutes when the Pirates were good about 10 years ago. But like I said, you really this is setting up to be a great World Series
It
finish.
is.
It has all those pieces. So let's like I
And,
said, keep an eye on it. It might be
yeah,
fun.
and there's a lot of good players in this series, man.
Yeah.
That's going on now. So like if you're just a fan of sports in general and like watch it if you get a
Hmm.
chance. Just some Jose Altuve, Bryce Harper. You're not going to be disappointed.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, it's going to be like I say, like you said, if you're a sports fan, you're probably going to enjoy it. So
Hmm.
let's hop over to the gridiron. Like the gridiron we have tonight on Thursday Night Football, in the power rankings, the number 1 Eagles versus the number 32 Texans. It doesn't get any more lopsided than that. You thought the Steelers got their asses whipped last week. I predict a big ass whooping tonight. It's in Texas. It's in Houston. This is the game we were speaking about. It is right smack dab in the middle of the World Series, of course, and it was supposed to be in between 2 games. However, the rain out on Monday pushed the World Series back one day.
Yeah.
So they are, in fact, all going to be playing on one day. So you have the Eagles and the Texans tonight. You have the Astros and the Phillies. If you're from one of them 2 cities, you're losing your fucking mind right about now.
Yeah. Like, oh man. Watch this be the game that the Eagles lose.
Dude,
You're going up against the lowly Houston Texans.
almost like when the Bears, their only loss in that 15-1 season was against the lowly Miami Dolphins,
Yeah.
who coincidentally had the record, but they got up enough to win that game back in '85. It would be amazing to me. I think if the Houston Texans could pull this off, I would love it.
I would too, because it'd just be comical. Like one of the worst teams in the league is the one who knocks you off. Like, this team is bad. Like, bad.
I tell you what,
But it is always that team. It's never the team that is like, oh man, this could be 2 juggernauts going at it. Yeah, I can see
Right.
that team upsetting them. No, it's like the bad news Bears roll into town and you get upset by them.
Yeah, right. Speaking of bad teams, Mike, we are 28. We're 28 in this week's Power Poll. The Pittsburgh Steelers are 28. Let me read the teams, the 5 teams below us. 29, the Jacksonville Jaguars. The 28, 29. Okay, the 30th. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's us, Jacksonville, Carolina being the next worst team, Detroit. No, I'm sorry. Just fucking fire me. Behind us in the power pool, it's these teams: Jacksonville, Carolina, Chicago, Detroit, and the Texans.
There you go. You were going. I don't know why you stumbled over that. You were right the first 2 times you were trying to say it.
I don't know what the fuck.
I don't know.
But
that's some illustrious company right there, boys.
Yeah, I mean, these are the teams that are always down there. So we're just talking about a visit. Don't get used to us, guys.
Yeah.
Don't befriend us.
You guys are basement dwellers. We're basement visitors.
Yeah.
There's a difference. We're coming down to see what we can find down here to make ourselves better.
Yes, absolutely. It's funny. Two of those teams are from the NFC North. I mean, the Minnesota Vikings got to be loving this shit.
Yeah,
man.
they're like
Chicago stinks, Detroit stinks, and Green Bay.
Bay's
I don't know where they're at, but they're nowhere near as good as they've been in the past.
Yeah, like by default, they're gonna win.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was. That's where I was going with that. Mike, and then on the other end of the spectrum, let me ask you this: There's four teams right now, Mike, that is sitting at 6 wins.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you. Let me give you the teams: Buffalo, Dallas, the Giants, and Minnesota. Buffalo, Dallas, Giants, Minnesota. And the thing is, where I was going to go, I was going to kind of see who you thought was the best team. I think that a lot of people were obviously going to say Buffalo because they are the best team of those four. But who are the last three, Mike? Dallas, the Giants, and Minnesota. Do you think is a legit has a legit shot at making some kind of run this year? Dallas, the Giants, and the Vikings.
Like all those quarterbacks, Daniel Jones, he is what he is. Like Dak, he can wow you, but also at the same time, like frustrate you. Same thing with Kirk Cousins. You know, he'll put up nice numbers, but man, they're not at crunch time. They're not clutch situation. Man, I might have to.
I like Dallas with Cooper Rush. That would be my pick.
Yeah, because the team played better around him. His stats weren't great, but man, they played better around him.
You're right.
I'm gonna have to go with. Oh man, out of those three, I'm gonna have to go maybe Minnesota.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, they got they listen to this. Their running backs are Dalvin Cook in Minnesota, Saquon Barkley in New York, and then Elliott and Ezekiel Elliott in Dallas. So I mean, those guys between the three of them. I mean, if you start breaking down player by player, I think that Ezekiel Elliott's been the biggest disappointment.
Oh yeah,
to this point out of those three teams. Dalvin Cook's been a beast since he's been up in Minnesota. You're right. They should just play all the backups in Dallas.
They should.
And Saquon Barkley's finally, he's getting that chance now that he has a team around him a little bit, and he could.
Yeah, he's finally healthy again. Yeah, he's back to where he was his first 2 years.
So you're liking Minnesota the best out of those three, as far as maybe moving a little bit further in the playoffs than everybody else.
Yeah, if they get like Justin Jefferson, man, he's getting the catches, getting the yardage, man, but he hasn't had a touchdown since week 1.
Yeah, really?
Like, which is weird because dude's a beast.
Yeah.
But everyone else is like it's spread out for like who he's going to in the red zone or for like touchdowns for Kirk Cousins is. So I'd probably give it to them by a slight edge, maybe over the Giants.
Okay.
Because Dallas, they never fail to disappoint.
No, you're right. They're very consistent at disappointing you.
Yeah, you think they're going to be they were like the Steelers were for all those years. Like, oh, look at this team, they're good. They have weapons here and there, solid defense, solid offense, and something invariably goes wrong.
Yeah,
whether it was inside their control, outside of their control, it just happens. They're that team. They are. That's what they are. And the Giants, you really don't have expectations for them because no one thought they would be where they are right now.
Right.
So, if they stumble, no one's going to be shocked by that. Dallas, people will act shocked, but you should know by now. And Minnesota, man, they're slowly been getting better year after year. Like, I don't think Kirk Cousins is that guy to take you in deep playoff run, but I think he can win you a game in the playoffs. I'd take him over Daniel Jones, and I'd take him over Dak because Dak really hasn't impressed me either.
Now, on the opposite side of the coin, Mike, we just talked about the NFC North being so bad. That's why Minnesota's good. Let's take a look at the NFC East. Now you have 6-win Dallas, 6-win Giants, and the Eagles, who are still undefeated, which is crazy because usually these teams are beating the crap out of each other, and by the end of the year, they're all so beat up, and they have plenty of losses, and the tables are turned, and there's no way the Washington football team could even stay in the race with these other three. This is the division this year, man.
Well, even like Washington's 500.
Yeah,
but like that Dallas team, they do have a damn good defense led by Micah Parsons and Diggs over at cornerback. But I still think that division is going to go with Philly, Giants, Cowboys, and then the lowly, hopefully soon to be sold Washington football team.
Yeah.
Man, I'm surprised that's like the best division in football.
It's crazy because usually they're they're one of the worst. These are the Giants stink, the Washington stinks, the Eagles stink, the
Cowboys kind of.
And you just got to see what team ends out with the best record at the end of the year, and it's usually not that great, 9-7 give or take. I do want to get a couple of talking points on the Steelers. I just wanted to remind everybody something real quick.
I knew it. I hope you know my dummy is giving you the finger. He was not pointing at you.
Pittsburgh Steelers, a lot of talk because Big Ben is doing some armchair offensive coordinating lately. He's saying what he should have done, what he wouldn't have done, what he did, what the team should be doing. Mike, as crazy it is to say and even crazier to hear, is there a possibility, maybe just one day, Ben Roethlisberger might be on the sidelines with the Pittsburgh Steelers?
No, I think he is happy where he is, just sitting on the sidelines and just talking what he wants to talk about. People ask him about the team, he gets to say what he wants to say.
Yeah,
he, by all accounts, he's happy being a dad.
Right.
Just relax, and so you go back into coaching.
Can that go away though? I mean,
full-time job, man.
The boys, little Benjamin, and the girls, and they get back and get into school, and Ben's getting tired of the old lady at home. I mean, is there a day in the future where he just gets the taste that itch and says, "Man, I would love to get back down on the sidelines."
I don't see it.
Ben's done, in your opinion?
I think he is done. No, I think he's done. Okay. And he's doing it right, man. Get your own podcast and just sit there and bullshit about the team. People are gonna want to hear when he has to say. Absolutely. Anyway. Even people who hate Ben and like, oh God, I can't believe he's still talking about this. Like you guys don't get mad when like Rocky Blyer flips out on the team. That's fine, but not Ben. Ben can't have an opinion about the team. Ben needs to go away. So I like more Ben doing what he's doing now is better for me because it pisses off a lot of people in the media.
Right.
So that makes me happy because I don't know why they hate him.
Well, one of your media people made this comment yesterday. I can't recall which one it was. They said something along the lines of, does Canada's hideous offense this year, does that make you look at Ben's last year any differently? We sat around, we said, oh man, Ben is so old, he can't do anything anymore. His arms are held together by this. He stinks. His time is done. It's time for him to go. But, like I said, looking at Canada's offense and this disaster that's going on this year, does that make it ring any different for you in your mind for the way that Ben's career finished up?
Not really. No, because you could see like when he would throw those deep balls, it did not have the zip that it did in his prime.
Right.
And you can see like the struggle of him trying to throw some of those tighter into those tight windows sometimes. Like
maybe a little bit.
A little. Now that I'm thinking about it deeper, because Ben would always attack like the middle of the field. He attacked everywhere, and they didn't do that a lot last year either.
He was doing what these guys are doing now, but it was better because he has experience. He knows what to look for.
And you saw like when he would run the no huddle. He even said he called about 90. What did he say? Like 98, 99% of the plays when they went hurry up, and when they ran hurry up, man, there were routes. Deep routes, intermediate routes, slants, crosses. Like he was opening up the playbook, or like, hey guys, you remember when we had a different offense coordinator, the plays that we ran? Let's do those. So when he was calling his own plays, the offense moved a lot better. So it does kind of change, but also at the same time,
when Ben was calling his own plays.
Did they have to adjust it because he lost that arm strength? His arm was not what it was, and that line was as bad too. Why do you think the past 2 years? Ben got the ball out of his hand as fast as he could because he was tired of getting hit because that offensive line was so porous.
Yeah.
So he had to. So you had to adjust it. And everyone was saying, though, people like those last few years, wait till Ben's gone. Wait till Ben's gone. Canada can have his offense. We'll get him not a mobile quarterback, but a quarterback like Trubisky and Rudolph and Pickett that can move around. Oh, this offense is going to be so much better. Then they saw that it wasn't. Then the whole narrative changed. To like, or it's all Canada's fault now. Now they're like everyone's looking back at Ben's like, maybe
the line's definitely a big part of it. Absolutely, and the line. And then on the other hand, you have basically a high school coach, maybe a Division III
Maybe
college coach trying to tell a Hall of Fame quarterback what to
a
do.
middle school coach.
Yeah,
Like the way
so
he's throwing the this dude's
know.
he's a terrible offensive coordinator.
A couple things, Mike, about a few things that went on yesterday, or 2 days ago, at the trade deadline. Mike Tomlin says, nothing personal, nothing. I mean, he says that the Claypool trade was because of compensation, and of course, he has to, say all the right things at the right time. But we did, and you know what? The more and more people think about it, the more important people understand what really happened.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be more willing to accept what happened because of what we get in return, how that's going to affect the team moving forward, opposed to if we would have kept Claypool and then looking at those same, the same road and getting an idea. He hit it right on the head, didn't he?
He did, and it's showing that this team is like, okay, we need to change things. We need to look to the future and do it now. Get the draft capital now instead of 2-3 years down the line when he eventually leaves, and if you get the compensatory pick. So it's better now. I have no problem with it, and I have no problem with their rationale. If that truly was their rationale, I have no problem with it. Because that shows to me, okay, they recognize this team needs a lot of work,
right,
and might as well start, rebuilding now and going into the draft.
And also, Mike Sims is moving into the Claypool's slot position. I can't wait to see Sims with that speed. Maybe him doing some nice seams, some in cuts right in the middle of the field right there, like a lot of these fast, smaller receivers do, especially if you look back to the New England offense of the past couple decades. If you could perfect that and get this guy with speed, and if the guy's willing to get in the middle of the field and take some hits and catch the ball, I think that could improve the offense greatly. And like we were saying on the show yesterday, your level of competition is slowly starting to go down. So I think that they should try to work that into the offense, man.
Me too. And yeah, like you said, Sims going into the slot, and even I was just reading on Twitter right before we got on, and I just pulled it back up to make sure I got it right. Deontay Johnson was saying, he now, like Claypool gone, he knows all the positions on the offense, so he can even look for him to line up in the slot occasionally now too. And that'd be good for
Claypool
him.
Did say, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say like Deontay in the slot would be dangerous because we know the issues with his hands, but his route running, it's damn good route runner. You can get him lined up on a slot corner, running some of his routes the way he does, and then if he can hold on to the ball, look out.
Yeah, there's a lot of ifs in there.
Claypool
did say, Mike, he goes, I'm a playmaker. I feel like I didn't have the opportunity to show what I could do this year. No bad blood for anyone in Pittsburgh. Clay, I mean, you had opportunities, my man. I mean, they weren't the greatest opportunities in the world. It wasn't like, but you certainly had all of last year with, the Benz last year. The opportunities that you had missed this year. It seemed like as soon as he hit that rookie wall, his rookie year, and they kind of pulled him after he had this amazing start with, what was it, 8, 11? I don't remember how many touchdowns, but he was pretty much doing
and
everything
like
that you could do on the football field. And ever since that point, he's had ample opportunities to show what he could do. I wish him the best. I seen a conversation you was having with somebody, and they wrote back. They said, Chicago don't have any receivers, so maybe he could go over there, be their number one. That could change his mindset, what the way he looks at things, and hopefully that he could be a successful receiver over there in Chicago for them guys.
Like his biggest issue is like not using his size to his advantage.
Right?
You see all the like corners that are like people, corners that are like 5'8", 5'9", 5'10" are out jumping him for balls, and then balls where he should be jumping vertical, he's falling down. It's like,
kind of plays scared.
What are you doing? You're a monster. Act like it.
Look at you. Just look. He's a physical freak,
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Like, you should not be that tall, be able to run that fast. You should be able to, and you can jump. My man can jump. He has a big vertical. He should be just skying over these people.
The way he's playing, you think he would have my vertical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah. He was a carbon copy of literally Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
And he's just, I don't know. I don't know. It's frustrating because you see someone who has that potential and someone who says they want to be that good, not put it together. It's just frustrating.
Constantly telling us he was that good.
Yeah, it's like, come on, prove it. I want to see it. Because I
we
want to be entertained.
We don't want to prove you wrong. We just want to see you play good so we can win football games. That's all. Nobody hates you. Nobody dislikes you. Fuck. The other player involved in the trade deadline the other day, William Jackson, Mike, the disgruntled quarterback coming over from Washington. He will be wearing number 17.
I saw that, and like we got Mike Wallace back there. When I saw the photo, I'm like, "What's Mike Wallace doing back here?"
Yeah,
but no, like I like the DB coach put him right in the fire, like lined him up right out there. Like, all right, let's go, see what you got.
And also, Mike, rounding out the sports this morning, the and somebody else I seen on Twitter, it was one of these Pittsburgh guys, and they had said they said there's no way the Pittsburgh Pirates are going to scrape up $8 a month to keep their verification check on Twitter. I thought, you know what?
Bob Nutty's going to make it like whoever's in charge of their social media pay for it personally.
Yeah. I thought that was a good one.
I was like, yeah. That's on brand for the Pirates. They will be the only team in Major League Baseball that does not have a check mark. Like they'll be like fans will make dummy accounts that have the check mark and make it look like they're the real one.
Yeah. I have to bring that up. That is one of the funniest things that I've ever seen from the local sports media here in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
They usually don't make me laugh like that. Let me get set up here, man. Maybe we'll do some email. Huh?
Yes, I love me some emails.
Mike's been going on and on about this email all morning.
I'm jonesing, man. I'm going through withdrawal.
All right, let's see what we could do.
It's like I haven't had my booze. That's what it feels like.
Today's
name that movie.
Oh,
Scotty doesn't know that.
Yeah, that
Euro Trip, baby.
Euro Trip. Mike, we are ready. You ready? We got some emails here. I got a stack of them. Let's go through some and see what we got. David from Pittsburgh. I don't know what Yin's guys are talking about. These retro Penguins jerseys are sweet. Mike, are they sweet and we're just being haters, or are these the ugliest uniforms that you've ever seen?
Some of the ugliest uniforms I've ever seen. I'm having flashbacks to the 90s and those terrible fucking uniforms. Those uniforms look like those like the knockoff jerseys you would get. People would go and get their when CCM jerseys, and they would go get the real jersey, and you get the one off at Kmart. Walmart. Oh, you go out to Hills, which is no longer here anymore, or Ames, and you go get the jersey. That's what those old Pigeon logo ones look like. That's what these new ones look like now.
Do you know what they remind me of, Mike? And a lot of people aren't going to remember this, but there's going to be a lot of people who are. Do you remember when you were kids and you're watching cartoons and the Partridge Family would come on immediately after?
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of got confused because it kind of had that cartoony beginning with those stupid partridges.
Mm-hmm.
Don't that thing look like one of them partridges?
Fuck yeah, it does.
That's what I first thought back in 30 years ago. That's what I thought when I first seen it again now.
Yeah.
It looks like something that should be related to the Partridge Family.
And then, why is it like a triangle? It makes no fucking sense. You're trying, it's the point? No, fuck you.
Yeah, I think that was probably what they were shooting for, but maybe because the other logo has the triangle behind the penguin. You know what I mean?
This the penguin is the triangle. It's stupid. They all need to be burnt, and anyone who likes them, I don't like you. I don't trust you. I don't dislike you. I just don't trust you.
Right. If
you like that, I don't trust you.
Emily says, happy late Halloween, guys. I saw you guys trick-or-treating in our neighborhood. Who was the one dressed like Michael Myers? Because I saw both of you and I knew it wasn't Yin's. It was actually Michael Myers. That was the real Michael Myers.
Yeah, he's we got him on speed dial. Sometimes the kids act up and you got to scare them straight.
Absolutely. Ellie says, where's Joker been? That's a good question, Ellie. I know that Joker is doing some things. She's getting ready for an event down in Georgia. I know that she's trying to work extra, make some money to make that happen for herself for her grind, what she's doing, her music, and
she actually had an epic long live stream today.
I seen there was
I
something
was
going
at
on this
work.
morning.
Yeah, like
If you are following Joker over on on YouTube here, she was on all morning. I did see that. I was getting ready. I was waiting for the show. I just didn't have a chance to tap in and see what she was talking about. But Mike, I did see that. It was
it started like way early in the morning. I was surprised she was up that early working on it. But hell yeah, I respect that grind.
Yes, absolutely. So I mean, we'll get her back on. There's just so much going on right now between what she's doing, what everybody's doing. No problems. Vic Mike wants to know Steelers' final record prediction at the halfway point. Well, Mike, I know he went real low to begin with. He never really got his expectations too high, so he's probably going to be in the ballpark of what he initially picked.
No, I initially said like 8-9, 9-8 at the start of the season, but as the season went along, I'm looking at like 5-12.
I'm thinking about 7-10.
Ooh.
Like I said, it's not gonna be as bad, man. I mean, the teams that we played, some of them were just fucking lights out, and these other teams, they're in the bottom end of the
it's true, but
the Colts.
You know they're gonna beat the teams no one thought they would beat, and then lose the teams everyone thought they would beat.
That's what we do.
Yeah, that's what you do. But yeah, I'm 5-12.
5-12. I'm gonna stick with right around, like I said, 7-10, give or take.
Yeah.
Either way you slice it,
it's gonna be like thing. 5. Yeah, I could see like 5, 6, 7 wins, but right now I'm leaning towards 5 because I'm pessimistic.
Pain in the astic.
I'm a pain in the ass.
Max says, what's gotten into Mike? He was a Steeler-loathing Steeler fan, but now since the team is 2-6, he don't seem to have as much criticism about the team. I don't know, Mike. You are getting a little soft on your criticism this past week or two. What's gotten into you?
Because I'm embracing the suck. Because I'm a realist. I know this team sucks. There's no point in being angry. No, they suck. You got to embrace it and then find the bright spots. This is a rebuild. So they're going to suck overall. So when there's bright spots, accentuate the bright spots, accentuate players that are growing and developing.
There you go.
It's the only way I'm going to make it through the season.
There you go, Max.
And I called it that they're going to have issues. Not this bad. I didn't think they'd be this bad.
There are 33 bras that came through our email.
I'm not going to say all bras, but yeah, 33 bras. Let's go.
33 bras.
Bro.
Terry loved last week's inhumane treatment at local jail episode. Did something happen though? You guys never mentioned another word of it after that episode. No, not necessarily. We covered it the way we want to cover it. That's that was our topic of the day. I think I followed it up with a little bit of information the following morning. That nothing really. We could have continued to talk about it. However, there is a lot going on in sports, and you know what? Who knows? We are keeping in touch with the gentleman who makes these videos and that called this out at the local jail. So I mean, we may not talk about it in the future. It was what it was. It wasn't. I don't know. What do you think, Mike?
It's kind of like you said. It's like it's. Only thing that we can cover consistently on here is just like the local sports teams, and then everything else that pops up, and we talk about it for a day or two, and then move on.
Yeah. So no, nothing, no reason. And finally, Mike, from Karen. Karen, she's back. She's back again.
Back again.
Michael. Do you need me to come clean your room? Karen says.
I got one little doll right there, a Thomas Jefferson, and 2 candles back there, and a TV.
That's Thomas Jefferson? It's like Pac-Man.
There's a bust of Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, okay, I see.
I bought it at his house.
It looks like a price tag from the orange thing back there.
No, but Karen, you can come clean my room.
There you go, wow. Karen. You got the invite.
Bruh.
Please don't ever do that again. You will be punished anally if that ever happens again.
Ooh, okay.
And that, everybody,
motherfucker,
was the email.
I need my own button for me saying bruh.
So there you have that, Mike. I know Mike's been itching to get to the email all week.
I have. I am so congested right now. I just want to blow my nose on camera.
Just blow a big snot rocket on camera, please. Do it. Do it. No. Do it. Oh. This is why I hate it. That was pretty good, though. Oh, yeah. Booger. I seen a booger.
That is nasty.
I saw a booger.
Here we go.
All right, man. Come on. We got news to do. Quit playing around. Fuck. And everybody, it's time for...
Oh, my God. I am dying.
The news of the day. Michael, if you ever wanted to buy the U.S. Steel Tower, have you wanted to buy Mount Washington, perhaps Point State Park? Well, now you can. The new Pittsburgh edition of Monopoly is coming out, and you could buy all these properties in Pittsburgh. I think, Mike, I was thinking about it. The go to jail spot should be some kind of big pothole themed spot, shouldn't it?
It should,
because now you have no car. Your car is destroyed. It went into the hole. You know, it's got eaten by the earth, and that should be the Pittsburgh go to jail. I didn't see everything. I could see a few things as I zoomed. However, I didn't get a chance to thoroughly check out the new Pittsburgh edition Monopoly game. But there it is, Mike. It's either available now or going to be available real soon. So if you want to get that, maybe it's a good Christmas idea.
I would be worried to own the railroads in that, man. Are they going to fall apart? Are you going to have to pay to have your railroads fixed in Pittsburgh Monopoly?
That's what they should do. If you're going to make it accurate, make it accurate.
Like instead of the little thimble or the battleship, that should be the bus stuck in the pothole.
Yes.
The collapsed bridge with the bus being, and another one be the crane lifting up the bus that fell on that bridge.
Right.
The other symbol could be the submarine that's docked down by the science center.
Here's one for you, Mike. In Australia, a family turned their deceased pet golden retriever into a oriental rug. You've seen the bear rugs. You've seen these rugs with big animals. And these people, they got their golden retriever, turned him into a rug.
What? Why? You're going to walk all over your dog.
You know, that was my thought, but you know what? I don't know.
I've heard of people I'm going to get my dog stuff, so it's always there and pet them. That's cool. That's awesome. You know, your boy's there. You're just going to walk on him.
Mm-hmm.
How is that paying respect to your? No.
Yeah, a little fluffy.
Bunch of cunts.
Adele, Mike. Adele, the singer. She corrects us after years of mispronouncing her name. Apparently, we say Adele, but it's really pronounced Adele. Let me do that again. We say Adele, but it's really pronounced Adele. Adele, B-D-A-L-E sound opposed to the D-E-L-L, the we people, whoever says her name says her name.
Why didn't she tell people that when she started?
Right. How many years has this been now?
Yeah. Well, that's like Adele who was the penguin? Oh God, when he got called up, they called him he was like, "Hey guys, after 3 years, you've been mispronouncing my name. Here's how it's pronounced."
Yeah,
I can't remember his name now.
Yeah, who was that? Yeah.
He came up in the call ups when we won the cup, and he won 2 Stanley Cups. And hey guys, you mispronouncing my name. Here's how I pronounce it. Oh, okay, but nice if you told us that when he first came up.
Yeah,
well, I don't want to be rude.
I do.
Maybe that was her thinking. Hey, I don't want to be rude. I'm just starting out.
Right. Scientists counted all 10,000 nerve fibers in the human clitoris. It was consistently thought to be about 8,000. nerve endings, but they got in there and they somehow with microscopes and technology were able to figure out that their mic is 10,000 nerve fibers in the human clitoris.
And like all the scientists were women because the male scientists could not be able to find it.
Yeah, I can't find one of those 10,000.
So 10,000 nerve endings and still not as sensitive as a white guy on the internet.
Shut the fuck up.
You know it's true. We are the saltiest motherfuckers on the internet.
Let's see. Oh, Mike, I just can't anymore after that. That was good, though. All right. Severe depression is eased by a single dose of synthetic magic mushroom, Mike. Severe depression eased by a single dose of synthetic magic mushrooms.
I'm probably going to go see a psychiatrist now. And go talk to my shrink. Why are you here? I heard y'all giving out magic mushrooms.
Yeah. $1 million, Mike.
Hold on real quick.
Yeah,
you get your weed card and your magic mushroom card.
And now, yeah, weed, mushrooms. We know that there's 10,000 nerve endings in the clitoris. Things are happening, man. We live in the right generation. Prime Minister Imran Khan shot in the foot in an assassination attempt in Pakistan. Wasn't there some kind of other assassination attempt just recently?
The only one that I remember is Prime Minister Abe.
Or somebody was attempted just recently, maybe in an Asian country. I don't recall.
Yeah, Prime Minister Abe over in Japan.
Okay, is that what it
was? Former
was?
Prime Minister. Yeah, he was assassinated.
So former Prime Minister Khan
shot in the foot.
Shot in the foot in an assassination. I mean, what were they trying to shoot?
How badly do you miss your shot? Like you choke up in your moment of triumph here. You know, you've trained for this. You've planned this. Fuck, shot him in the foot. Like quick trigger finger, man. Trigger discipline, buddy.
$1 million Powerball ticket sold in Ohio, Mike. Yesterday we spoke about somebody winning over $100,000 in Westmoreland County, Pittsburgh area here in Pennsylvania. There was also a person that won $1 million off of their Powerball ticket as well in Ohio.
It wasn't me. Just gonna throw that out there.
This woman here, she's gone viral for blasting an offensive hook nose TikTok filter trend that's going on. There's a filter now where it's making people with these hook noses. I could relate, but apparently she is upset. She's pissed. She is blasting the trend. She's saying that it's there's people out there that have hook noses. Maybe we shouldn't be doing this and making fun and having fun with it.
I thought this was going to go in a completely different direction. I thought she was going to have that filter on and say like anti-Semitic stuff. So in my mind, I thought she was like, oh, she put the filter on and was talking like, I'm a Jew and we're creepy just like you think we are. I thought she did that. I'm like, oh yeah, of course you need to be put on blast, but no, she was blasting the filter. Okay, I got confused for a second there.
Finally, in the news, Mike. In the news, I just want to throw out there. I'm going to look into my crystal ball, and I'm going to make a prediction. Okay, I think it's a great idea. Everybody here at the show supports it. But the new McDonald's toys getting ready to come out are going to be from the movie The Black Panther.
Yes.
So I just want to throw it out there right now that I could see this turning into a disaster because people were complete idiots, and they're going to have a problem with this like they did with Ariel.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to throw that out there that we could be on the watch, people, because the idiots are going to be out soon. My fucking God. I'm about to go get these toys just out because, for one, any McDonald's toy ends up being a crazy, awesome collector's piece for people.
Mm-hmm.
You keep them 30 years down the road, you can make mad money. But I think that the fact that it's probably the picture that I've seen look like mostly black characters from the movie, the Black Panther. I believe and I predict people are going to be fucking idiots about this.
They're going to try and boycott the movie that's set from an fictional African nation. Why they're all black?
It's unbelievable some of the stuff that we're seeing.
Right? It's like having a movie in Nazi Germany. Like, why are they all white?
Yeah.
What do you think?
And that, everybody.
R.I.P. Chad.
Mike, I do want to do something here while we still have a few minutes.
If you play that fucking King song again, I'm ending the stream.
No, I'm not gonna play the King song again. Relax over there.
Mm-hmm.
I want to play. I spoke about yesterday the song that Antoine sent over from Hit 'em Hard Music. I'm just gonna go with Hit 'em Hard Music from now on. I know it's rock solid. I know that I had the tongue twister yesterday for some reason. I always say rock hard. Maybe it's from just being an athletic, sportsy kind of person. My whole life, people were rock hard. But so the Hit 'em Hard guys over at Hit 'em Hard. They were in the studio last week. They made a new song. Antoine asked if I could play it, and I would be glad to play it. So let's take a quick listen, guys, while we still have a little bit of time. All right?
All right.
Let's go. These haters hate to see me working on me. These haters wanna put a hurting on me. Yeah. But that's for certain indeed. We simply on the level that you haters can't be. These haters hate to see me working on me. These haters wanna put a hurting on me. But that's for certain indeed. We simply on the level that you haters can't be.
I tried to fail, seen signs but the well to the point. I question whether I can prevail. But these times I can't tell. Who's in the sky somewhere well? Fall back, my cutoff game will have y'all ask if I'm still alive, more than ever. For my peace of mind, ties I had to sever. Sometimes I'm not pressed to answer your calls or call back. I need me for me before y'all ask for help. I need to be here for myself. I can't lead and not do the job top shelf. Sometimes a break is just what's needed so I can meet those expectations and exceed it. Yeah.
These haters hate to see me working on me. These haters wanna put a hurting on me. Yeah. But that's for certain indeed. We simply on the level that you haters can't be. These haters hate to see me working on me. These haters wanna put a hurting on me. But that's for certain indeed. We simply on the level that you haters can't be. I done been through the hard times. I done been through the struggle, man. But I'm back on my grind. Cause I live for the hustling. They call me hustle man. It's been through the struggle, man. The night wonder. When it's cold outside, I know you feel the tundra. One thing that crime never lack is my hunger. I'ma do it, I'ma ruin anyone in the way. I'ma shine on these haters any time of the day. I'ma grind for the paper any time of the day. I'ma grind for you niggas any time of the day. These haters hate to see me working on me. These haters wanna put a hurting on me. Yeah. But that's for certain indeed. We simply on the level that you haters can't be. These haters hate to see me working on me. Put a hurting on me. But that's for certain indeed. We simply on the level that you haters can't be. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
And that, guys, that is Hit 'em Hard. One of their newest songs. It's so new, it didn't even have a title. Prime sent it over. He said, "Can you please play this for me, guys? I would be greatly appreciative." I heard Prime there. I heard Dustin there. I also, Mike, there was also Twan, and then not Twan, but the L. What's Vance L? I'm sorry, Vance L. I believe that's Dus's cousin, Van L. Van L. Prime Sinister, Dus. I couldn't tell. I don't think that Cigarillas was in this particular song. I could be wrong,
but I liked it.
I did too. That was a really good jam. Again, that's Hit 'em Hard Music. Go over and check them guys out. They got new stuff coming out. They're always grinding. They always got good music coming out. They are on damn near every platform. Go anywhere, just type in Hit 'em Hard Music. Prime Sinister, Cigarillos, Dus. Any names like that, you're gonna find a lot of good music. So go check them out. Great stuff, guys. Let's see, Mike, what else? Why don't you go ahead and tell everybody about the website, then we'll hop into some trivia and we'll wrap everything up, man.
2dumyinzers.com. Head on over there. We have everything over there. We have links to YouTube, Spotify, emails, merchandise store, Twitter, Facebook. I think even Instagram's on there. Everything 2dumyinzers. 2dumyinzers.com.
Yes, everybody, and don't forget, we are live every day from Monday through Friday here on YouTube from 11 a.m. And the show that we do that day, we do upload onto Spotify in podcast form. So later on in the day, right around 8 o'clock, you could get on Spotify. And if you just want to listen, if you only have time to listen, you could go ahead and play the podcast. Michael, today we're going to do a little bit. Our trivia today is going to be from the Carolina Panthers.
Ooh.
Carolina Panthers, a team that we are going to be playing this year. Of course, we are changing our game I guess it will only be till tomorrow now. But this week we're going with teams that we're playing down the road since we are on a bye weeks. But they are teams that are still remaining on our schedule. Today is going to be a Carolina Panthers trivia.
I am ready.
Are you ready, Mike?
I am ready.
All right. Here goes nothing.
Uh-oh.
What is the name of the Carolina Panthers mascot? And again, I have multiple choice.
All right.
What is the name of the Carolina Panther mascot? Mike, is it Lucky? A. Is it Pounce? B. Is it Prowler? C. Or is it Sir Purr? D. A. Lucky. B. Pounce. C. Prowler. D. Sir Purr. And go.
Some good names in there. See, I know Sir Pounce. That's from Game of Thrones.
All right, put down your pencils, everyone. Let me read it one more time. What is the name of the Carolina Panthers mascot? Is it A, Lucky? Is it B, Pounce? Is it C, Prowler? Or is it D, Sir Purr? Do you have any guess, Mike?
Oh, I have none whatsoever. Let's go with Prowler.
With Prowler, C.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your final answer?
My final answer.
All right, let me go ahead and log you in. All right, you're locked into place. So Mike says for the question, what is the name of the Carolina Panthers mascot? He says C, Prowler. So let's see what it is. Oh, so sorry. So sorry. Mike, the answer to what is the name of the Carolina Panthers mascot? The mascot's name is Sir Purr. Sir Purr. It was a good shot, though. You had, how the hell would you know that? One thing I do like about Carolina, have you ever watched a game? They have that show they put on with the Carolina Panther that jumps out of the. You ever see that? No.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just. It's a stupid name.
Well,
Sir
it is a
Purr.
stupid name, but they do. It's a really cool thing they have. Like the panther is up on the jumbotron, and it like jumps.
Oh yeah, where it's kind of like
That's like one of the most badass things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
but
Sir Purr.
Sir Purr.
Get the fuck you, Sir Purr.
But Mike, do you have anything? That you'd like to say before we take off for the day? Let me remind you. Do you have anything, Mike? Anything?
There we go. Now that people can see me clearly, and you're down there where you belong. Let me just say, I appreciate everyone for tuning in, watching, no matter what platform you're on. I appreciate it. Putting up with Ryan the way you guys do. I don't know how you guys do it. I barely do it, but I appreciate you guys doing it. There you go.
Yeah, we do want to say we do appreciate each and every one of you. We hope that you continue watching the show. We thank you so much. And for Ryan, King Ryan, Mike, and the two Dum Yinzers, we'll see you tomorrow.